Make one good movie and pay everyone $1 billion. That sounds good to me.
Can we get in on this action? I want to be.
Yeah, naturally, yes.
Obviously, okay.
Yeah.
It's our idea. We have to obviously
100%.
do it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's a 120% true.
And even though we are a package deal, it's $2 billion for us. It's one each. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one each. We obviously equal pay because we're equal brains.
Well, that's not how I would put it, but yeah.
Excuse me? How would you put it? How else? How else?
You're good at cooking, you know?
Oh, there we go. There we go. Am I good at dishes too, Portz? Am I the dishwasher? God damn it.
I bet you are, just by nature of already having been in the kitchen to cook it in the first place. You know what I mean? Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 182 of Ignore the Backlog podcast. My name is TheRealPortz, and evil space bunny is here.
Hi, I'm
Bunny,
here. Mm-hmm.
how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good for the most part. I've just been chillaxing and having a real good time playing video games and stuff.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good. Good. Video games is kind of why we're here.
Yeah, it is.
Kinda. It's like half. It's decreasing as we go on.
Yeah,
For
I
me.
think it's definitely derailed. This is just ignore everything.
Yeah, you used to beat 100 games a year, and
I'm on projection
now it's
for it.
like, oh really?
Yeah, I'm a little
Oh.
behind, but I'm around like 40 something.
Jesus.
I gotta add it up, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I'm still doing
You're still
okay.
on track.
I am
What
behind.
happened to me? Where did we go wrong with me?
Good question.
I was thinking about the games I've played this week, and I was thinking about what I remind myself of with my flip-flopping.
Ooh.
I'm like an MMO player that's like the dad or the husband that's like got schemes. He's like, don't worry, honey, this one's going to work out. We're going to go steal a bunch of diamonds and get rich that way. Or, the diamond thing didn't work out, but this just taking copper out of old dilapidated buildings, this is going to work out. I got a new scheme, honey,
It's next.
And that's
Don't
me.
worry,
I'm
man.
like, I'm definitely playing
this is the real
RuneScape.
one.
I'm playing RuneScape for sure. No, it's Lord of the Rings, actually. I'm playing Lord of the Rings. And it's the next week, and now I'm playing Elder Scrolls Online. But this one's my MMO for sure.
That's definitely I kind of did that too this week. I'm not gonna lie. So here, I'll get started this week.
Sure.
I've been going through Elden Ring again. Slamming my dick really hard against it. There was this boss that is a copy of another boss, and
Are you purposely doing like not all the?
I am doing everything.
You're doing everything on
I'm
purpose, like
literally-
side stuff. Yeah.
Yes. So, my roommate's like, "Why haven't you beaten the game yet?" He's like, "You're at that point," and I'm like, "No, there's more adventure to have." He's like, "Well, I beat it under 100 hours." I'm like, "Where did you get all this?" And then he shut the fuck up. So.
Damn, you guys fight like goblins, bro.
Yeah, we do. We're very vicious.
Where did you get this item? No, be away with you. While I play Elden Ring.
He's like looking through my summons. He's like, I didn't even know this was a thing. He's like, where did you find this? I'm like, I don't fucking know. I just went on adventures. And I found things and I killed things and stuff like that. And our other roommate, Phil, is now finally starting. And he was making fun of my build. He's like, oh, Dex is real dumb. It's so dumb. And I was like,
dude.
It's fucking good.
The fucking the roommates are catching fire this episode.
Yeah, they're getting on fire. I'm
God
gonna set them
damn.
both on fire.
Thanks
But
for
yeah.
the help in whatever that fucking game's called. Fuck you. Stop talking shit about builds in Elden Ring.
Yeah, so, and then all of a sudden he started going Dex. He's like, so I like this, I'm using Dex items now. And I'm like, oh, Dex, no. Yeah, so
Isn't
give 'em a
Dex
lot of
like
shit.
the vanilla is pretty easy to do? Like
It's super
what everyone
easy,
does
and
in
it's probably
all the Souls
one of
games?
like either you go what is like the vitality I forgot what it's called, and then you go dexterity, and so those are like the two main like meta kind of builds, and then whatever
Yeah.
your flavor you want to add to it. And so I went intelligence, so I have a very weird wonky build, but it's pretty good.
Interesting.
But yeah, so I've been slamming my dick against that. I took a little bit of a break, and I played a couple spooky games. This one game called The Microwave Paradox. It was a very broken but funny broken HIO game. Look, I really loved this because it was so fucking jank and funny. We could literally, if you looked up far enough, you could look backwards. So you were like just a floating head. You have no body. So you could literally just do 360s over and over again.
Wow.
It was really bad. It was funny. And I was like, should we play this game upside down? So I was just fucking around.
Oh, you know what's funny?
Though.
The Witcher 3 mod that
Mhm.
I've been doing, the first person, also you can spin around 360 degrees, and it's very silly.
That's perfect. Yeah, that's basically what happens.
Yeah.
And then I finally played the Mortuary Assistant.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the
Is that
Dread X
that's a
game.
roguelike?
No, yeah, actually, it kind of is. Weirdly enough. So if you played
That wasn't your understanding of it? I barely know
didn't
anything about
realize
it,
it
and I've
was.
already categorized it as that.
Yes. So you're obviously dealing with these bodies, and you're dealing with you're getting possessed and you need to find this demon and which body it's pertaining to.
Oh, this is not the game I thought it was. Never mind.
But it is a roguelike. So
Interesting.
So you could get one ending, and then if you go through and you try to get another ending, you're going to see new stuff. You're going to see new story parts that you missed before you got like possessed or you killed the demon or one of the other endings. And every time you reload and you restart, it's a whole new set of bodies. It's a different demon every single time.
Wow.
It's really fucking well done. I was not expecting that. I was expecting, we just go burn the
This
other
from like
body.
a big name company, or
So this started as a Dread XP collection game. So Dread XP does those weird, like small games.
yeah,
collections.
my favorite games I've never played. Yeah.
Yeah, and they started as one of those, and then they extended the whole game. So there's 5 different endings and stuff like that. It's really dark. It's really fucking morbid. I can see why a lot of people got demonetized over this game.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, it's really fucking dark.
Damn.
And very fucked up. A lot of self-harm, a lot of stuff like that, a lot of drugs, shit, and just references to your character who was obviously struggling and is better now.
Wow.
But it's so good. It's so fucking good. We played through it twice. And so I got 2 endings. I got possessed. And then I got the ending where I burned the demon. So it was pretty neat. It was genuinely neat, and there's 3 more endings. But yeah, and other than that, I've been just playing Battlefield. A lot of Battlefield.
Yeah, I've seen you online. Of all the things you're sticking with, I just didn't never.
I did not expect me to get so
Is it
hardcore.
how are you feeling about it? How many hours are you in? Like, what is the? Are you just booting it up? Like, I can't wait to talk to my friends, and like, or are you like, oh, there's this gun I want to get, or this class thing I want to do?
It's more
like,
so I don't really give a shit about the class stuff or any of that stuff or yada yada. I really I always played engineer in Battlefield 2 when I used to play all the time. I was the little tank goblin. I was the little loyal, like, follow the tank pet and keep me alive and I'll keep you alive sort of thing. So that's what I've been doing. So my roommate Zach, my friend Dan, and then Phil, we're all playing together. And Zach is really good at piloting. And so we will just annoy the fuck out of everyone with vehicles and stuff like that, and then I'll just be like a little goblin outside of the tank or whatever, and then I set up sentries to protect us, and then like just repair the tank or like just repair the helicopter and then shoot people with missiles and all kinds of other stupid shit. So that's fun to me. I'm pretty decent at shooting people. Like I'm not the greatest shot, but I can most of the time kill people and not always die. But there's definitely days where I just die over and over again and then I cry.
That happens to me in Dota too.
I think that happens. Like you either you do well or you just fucking do steamroll and then you just
and hopefully you're doing well more often than not.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, that's about it for me. What did you play this week?
Yeah. So I had the unfortunate pleasure of being curious about a game called Redfall.
We talked about this last
We talked
week.
about it last week because it had just come out like that day, I think.
Yeah.
And
we didn't know how it was going to be.
Really, you could just watch anyone's footage or video of that game at all. Anyone, you can pick anyone, the least views, most views, like upvotes, downvotes. Anyone covering this game has told you what it is already because everyone's on the same fucking page. It's awful. It's just top-down design is bad. Like lots of things don't work. There's bugs. The performance seems fine unless you're on console. It's at 30 FPS. Which is pretty funny. Also, they committed. Did you know that before listening to that Phil Spencer thing? I didn't even know they committed to 60 FPS
I
early on.
didn't either. I was kind of surprised that they committed to 60 FPS on
a console. Who even does that? I've never heard of someone going, it's definitely 60, by the way, and then not delivering. Like, who was wrong about
30.
that?
It's not even near 30 sometimes. Like, it's like a low fucking 30.
Yeah. Yeah. So, anyway. Bethesda and Xbox really struggling.
Yeah, they're not having a good week. We're going to talk about them a little bit this week.
I assumed that would be the case.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Redfall bad. Not going to play it anymore. It did have this weird numb feeling like, oh, it's not like offensively. Like I could, it's not broken. I've played a lot of games that are more broken than it is.
Yeah.
And despite it not having any working chimneys, like it's literally just an asset placed inside of another asset with no actual hole for the fucking chimney. There's tons of doors that you're not meant to go in or whatever. Open world games do this all the time where it's like, here's a building, there's doors, but you just walk up and nothing, there's no interaction. That's fine. But this game decided, let's visually represent it, okay? Let's not give them doorknobs at all. The doors you're not supposed to go into. So they're just fucking regular looking doors with a no fucking handle.
Ooh. Yeah, that's frustrating.
Yeah. Other than that, I've been playing more Lord of the Rings Online. I'm still working my way through Moria. I was supposed to have a Lord of the Rings sleepover last weekend, and that did not happen.
Yeah.
The guy that was coming over had to work, so I played Lord of the Rings by myself.
Aww.
Yeah, it was sad. No, it was super fun, actually. Maury is amazing. Although I did spend $30 to get caught up to his level, so want that money back. Yeah, I don't know. There's not that much else to say about Lord of the Rings, except that literally Sunday, so yesterday, in the morning, I would have told you Lord of the Rings is my game for a long time. Long time. And it still kind of is, but there's a little less room for it now.
Yeah.
Because
what do you got?
I was on a Discord call with my buddy who was also playing this game, and he said, hey, one thing about this game. And I went, oh, Jesus Christ, I have to play again. And that game is RuneScape.
Oh, no, I knew it. I fucking knew it. Portz, are you going to be pouring coffee up your ass? Jesus Christ.
I am tempted. If RuneScapers are doing it, I assume there's a reason. There's maybe it gives you an XP boost somewhere, or you can get a quick little achievement done or something.
Yeah.
No, but that story was wild.
I want to talk about
Some
it
guy-
again because it was funny.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna talk about it later. Okay, we can
Yeah.
do
This
that
week was
there.
this week was short on news, so I wanna.
I'm fine with doing silly goose news. That's
Oh my
hilarious.
god, it was so funny.
Hilarious. We can even cover hard drive articles if you want.
Oh, perfect! I have one.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. RuneScape. The thing that made me want to play it is remembering that I did a shitload of work to get an account to do AFK blood runes, which is like one of the best AFK alt methods in the game. And it took, I think that account has 16 days of playtime, like just dedicated to go do that one thing. And yeah, so I was like, I kind of want to, take advantage of the fact that I put in that work, and I want to. My other buddies like trying to max his account. I was like, it'd be fun to go for that. So whatever. For as long as I'm into it, I'm into it. I am no longer making big sweeping statements about how long I'm sticking with a game. It comes in seasons, and I never know when they're beginning or ending.
Yeah. Yeah, that's understandable. I always feel that way, and then I go back to something that I haven't touched in a hot minute. And then
Yeah. Well, I do kind of what I do with like sitcoms. It's like, well, I just finished watching The Office, so I'm gonna start Parks and Recreation next, and 30 Rock I haven't watched that in a while. Arrested Development, I'll get around to that one. Community, and it's like, well, I got RuneScape, ESO is, throw that in the mix. Dota is always kind of there, and then. Old school RuneScape, definitely hanging around, and I don't know, maybe Lord of the Rings Online. Fuck it, maybe I'll try WoW one day. Just whatever. They're hanging around.
Wow. Okay.
I think I have to someday, just to know it.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully not soon.
No.
Although it does have an interesting world. I think Warcraft lore is dope.
I mean, it does have a good world. I will say that.
Illidan and such doing crazy stuff.
I think BC
with
had one of the
Sylvanas
best.
or whatever.
Yes.
I know characters' names.
Yeah, you know characters' names. What about Thrall?
There's the Ice King man. Artanius. Yeah.
Yeah. Arthas.
Yes. That's what I said, Arthur. Yeah.
Arthas. That's my life for so many years. Oh, fuck.
Did you care about the lore at all? Were you like invested in it, or were you like, fuck, they made Sylvanas the bad guy? Damn it.
So I was until probably after Wrath.
Okay.
After Wrath, that kind of went in a weird. It went into Pandaland and stuff like that, and I was just like, why are we
every
here?
character is played by Jack Black. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's played by Jack Black, and it's very odd, and I don't understand what's happening, so I kind of fell off. The only time where I actually got excited again was when they did, I think the last update, not before Dragonflight, but the one before that. That expansion. Shadowlands.
Yes.
Yeah.
Damn, I watched too much Asmongold, Cold, dude. I don't know anything about the game, but it's in every one of his videos, so I pick up things.
That's fair. I had a moment where, because like I was watching the trailer for that, because my ex at that time, that's how long ago this was. My ex like, babe, you need to start watching this right now. I was like, okay. He's like, Sylvanas is on the fucking throne, and I'm like, the ice throne, and he's like, yeah, she's fighting I forgot who took over for the Lich King after Arthas dies, because there's always has to be a Lich King, and he.
All right, I haven't picked up that much.
Anyway, she goes and starts fighting him. I think his name starts with a B. Anyway, and she picks up she wins, and she picks up the crown, and I was like, I swear to God, if she puts on that crown, that would be the coolest fucking thing, because she becomes the thing that she's been fighting against this entire
But
time.
why would she put it on if she's fighting against it?
Because that would have been cool, because she's taken like this deep, she's now a bad guy. She's now the bad guy.
Yeah.
She's now the enemy, and instead she broke it, which broke the seal between the land and the dead, and that's why we have Shadowlands. And I was like, God damn it. And so I turned it off, and I I lost all interest again.
Yeah.
I was like, if she
fair.
put it on, I would have been a slave to that game again. I would have been a slave. Because I thought that would have been such a good twist.
Just to have a bad bitch in charge?
Yeah, to have a bad bitch in charge of the fucking the damned. Yes, exactly. Anyway, what were we talking about? Your games?
That was super condescending.
RuneScape?
Yes.
Sorry,
Your
that
little MMOs? Is that what was it? Lord of the Rings? Fucking the servers are still on.
That is not
how
how I meant
quaint.
it. That's
How
not how I
fucking
meant it at
quaint,
all.
Portz. Talk to us more about.
Oh my god,
That's
that is not
pretty much
I was...
what you said.
No.
Almost verbatim. Roll the tape back.
Rewind it.
That's it for me though.
Wait, you only play RuneScape?
And Redfall.
Dota? And Redfall. Redfall.
Yeah, and Lord of the Rings Online.
Lord of the Rings? Okay.
Lots of multiplayer stuff
Just
that I don't play multiplayer, except Dota.
Except for Dota, of course. You have to play that with the team so you could scream at them physically.
I need to play with lessers, that can take the brunt of my anguish.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. Okay, couple things I want to talk about this week because it was kind of light on the news other than Xbox taking it up the A. One neat thing that somebody found recently in the Star Wars Jedi Survivor game, it actually tells you, hey, you missed plot. Or, hey, you missed some storyline.
Oh.
And it creates a save for you at that point so you could reload if you want to go back, just in case you miss this spot. It prompts as an unexpected error, and it says you seem to bypass certain story elements. Continue to play from this point may encounter issues if you proceed anyway. Loading any further saves on this title screen will give you an option to reload from a prior point. So it's kind of neat. I thought that was kind of a neat thing. It's like, oh, I accidentally skipped stuff because I do that all the time.
Are they just solving a shitty job they did putting the story together?
Maybe. This is why I wanted to bring it up, because I was going to ask you, do you think this is shitty or do you think this is cool?
Yeah, I don't know. Really, I'd have to see the context that it comes up in, what the quests are like and stuff. But my guess is this is like a made up problem.
It's probably because they didn't make it linear enough, you think, maybe? Or
well, just tie things together or present the warning before you do it, not after. That's insane.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, hey, by the way, don't go that way if you want to see all the story. Like, go this way. Instead of, hey, by the way, back there, yeah, story stuff. You kind of don't keep going. Reload it. I don't. Yeah, maybe I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, in open world games, it definitely happens. Like me and Elden Ring. I mean, Elden Ring is a special one-off case, but I'm sure it happens to some people with the Zelda game and Tears of the Kingdom coming out real soon. But I feel like Nintendo's pretty good about keeping shit gated from you.
Yes.
Compared to maybe EA.
Yeah. I mean, they considered it, and it's probably nothing, right? It's like a barely an inconvenience situation,
Yeah. I wonder if maybe this is also a thing to possibly prevent speedrunners. Because
maybe
if you're skipping stuff and you get stuck and you can't create a correct save, or you possibly run into issues because you're breaking the game, quote unquote, that would be funny.
That would be the most EA misunderstanding how something affects them, on brand, they could possibly be. Because people still speedrun old Star Wars games now because they were allowed to. There was a way to do it.
Yeah.
So if you remove, and that keeps the game relevant. People talk about it. People play it. More people buy it. Maybe not significant, but the brand becomes it stays. Do you know how much people fucking pay for a brand to stay fucking relevant? The speedrun community does that for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So any attempts to shut that down is the stupidest fucking thing you could do, in my opinion.
Like Nintendo.
Yes.
Just shit on Nintendo some more.
Sure. I'm happy to take a shit on whoever deserves it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Including myself, so excuse me.
God damn it. Don't shit on yourself, Portz. Literally.
Too late.
Oh, no. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to bring that up, see what you guys think. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Who the fuck knows?
We speed this along. I'm starting to smell quite a bit.
I'm so sorry. Let's talk about Redfall and Xbox this week and everything. So, as we know, Redfall is not very good or well received. I mean, it's not a bad game.
It is a bad game.
I think
it's 1,000% a bad game for the year that it released in. If it was a 360 game, it'd be like a 70, maybe.
Yeah. And
but it's, no.
Yeah, it's had a very rough week, and like one of the things that Phil Spencer talked about in that lovely interview, he mentioned that he's like in relation to like how games are and stuff like that. There's not a lot of bugs. There's not a lot of crashing when it comes to the game. So the game is like quote unquote stable. However, its AI is what really fucking shit the bed. And watching any video of this, you can watch how poorly designed, I guess you could say, or maybe there's something wrong, but they've been basically comparing it to Alien Colonial Marines, which famously had really shit AI, and it was all because of a misspelling of a variable. It fucked up the whole AI system, and so people have been comparing it to that. Maybe it's that, who knows, but the AI is very easy to kite and deal with. They're not very alert, even on the highest settings.
Just like Aliens Colonial Marines, this game would still be awful if that wasn't the problem. It's just so boringly designed. It's the most cookie cutter. Okay, do this quest, go there. Do this one, and go there. And the NPCs barely talk to you and go there. It's like the shell of MMO quests, kind of. Like it's not good.
It's very like just a bunch of fetch quests, very simple.
Yeah.
And
there's like 4 types of quests they just cycled between.
It feels like the more I look at this game and the more I like follow developers on Twitter and stuff like that. Like I had a friend comparing this game to like a game that his friend made. Granted that his friend's game was only about 5 or 6 hours, but the AI was designed better. And it looked a lot better than this kind of like weird Fortnite aesthetic that they're going for.
Yeah.
Also, the hands are really fucking huge. Have you seen the hands?
Well, the vampire hands?
Everyone's hands. Everyone's hands.
I mean, I played the game, but that didn't stand out to me.
I was watching Charlie play this, Voice Critical. He was playing it, and he was pointing out everybody's hands and stuff like that. Somebody had his hand on the gun, and his hand was so large that it was basically as long as the fucking shotgun that he was carrying. It was so awkwardly weird. And I know that Arcane has a very interesting style when it comes to their characters.
Yeah.
Especially in, like, fucking... Dishonored, thank you.
Yeah.
And my cat's crying, and I don't know why, and it's very distracting right now.
Oh, no.
Hang on,
Do you need to take a pause?
No, let me...
Okay.
Okay, he's literally in the hall. I don't know why he's crying. I just looked my head around the corner, and he's, like, right there. And I'm like, why? What are you doing? Now he's just looking at me like he fucked up.
Wow.
Anyway, so in Dishonored, the characters have very unique, like, aesthetics. They have, interesting kind of, like, exacerbated, like, features and stuff like that. But for some reason, it's not as noticeable in this, except for the vampires and people's hands. But the reason why I also wanted to bring this up, this is now one of the worst rated games on Steam. It is in the top 15. In fact, it's number 14, and it's probably falling even further along.
Damn. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's like the game I like kickstarted back in the day.
Which one?
It was like the Dungeon Siege like one. What was it called? Dawn something? I can't even remember. I literally don't remember.
I don't remember either.
But it was basically a Kickstarter ripoff, and they relaunched it, and gave it a different name, but it was the same fucking game. It was like the same files, basically.
Those fuckers.
Yeah.
I think I know
And so
who you're talking
it's like
about.
voted like this far down.
Yeah. It's further down probably than that.
It might be.
It's pretty bad. It's rated around a 2.0.
Sacred 3 is that low? Holy shit. Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah. Towns. I was kind of surprised Towns was that low. I knew it was bad, but I didn't know it was that
what's Towns?
Bad. It's like a weird little like fucking I think it's like a city builder type game. If I'm thinking of the right game. I could be thinking of a different game.
An Umbrella Corps, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a city builder.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So yeah, it's number 14. It's sitting around a 2.83. Phil Spencer has already addressed many of the issues. I think people are genuinely probably. It feels like a rushed school project. Like they realize. I want to know what happened. I'm genuinely curious what happened with this game. Like, did they hit a lot of roadblocks? Did they run into a lot of issues?
Yeah.
Did they not
Should
have
it
enough
have been
testers?
built in Roblox? You know, these are the
Should
questions.
it have been built in Roblox or Unity? It just feels like it was very rushed. This doesn't feel like this game has been being in production for
It really,
5
I
or
mean,
6
it's made
years.
me lose faith in this generation of game developers a bit.
Yeah.
Because we've all had this sense games are kind of trending toward a most of them are bad kind of way.
Right.
And the more I see stuff like this at big studios being paid probably big money. I mean, for the industry. I know they're criminally underpaid for what they actually, like the hours they work and stuff like that. But to work on Redfall is more than, fucking like a Paradox game,
Right.
I assume. Anyway, it's just like the fact that those studios and the companies behind them don't understand they don't have the talent they once did.
Mm-hmm.
Like, or maybe they do, and there's nothing you can do, right? Maybe the talent isn't to be had or something. I don't know, but it's just reeks of my first fucking time making a video game.
Maybe. It does feel like if this was really rushed, or a lot of people who didn't really know what they were doing.
Anyone who's played games for more than 5 years could look at this and tell you it's what the fuck. It's so not done in any way.
Yeah. Would you say that this is worse or better than Cyberpunk? To shit on another downfall in recent times?
Well, the actual function of the game, this is probably better. I think Cyberpunk launched with a lot of things don't work, people falling from the sky, like way more bugs. But in terms of like, is it a fun game to play? I mean, Cyberpunk beats it out 1,000,000 times to 1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think I can agree the content of Cyberpunk was better, even though it was poorly delivered.
Yeah.
This game has better delivery, but it does not seem like it's good. Do you think that Activision has...
There's nothing, the worst case for people right now is if they're like, we're going to make these developers fix this game. Because there's not a flicker, not a glint of good in this game. There's no direction they were going for that I want.
Yeah.
At all. Like, they'd have to make it an entirely new video game at this point.
Right. And I didn't even want this kind of style of game. This is like Left 4 Dead. Right? It's more like...
I wanted what they pitched, which was Far Cry, but with vampires.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
But
And
they couldn't even get the Far Cry, which people say is like the most generic open world ever.
It's just
But then this comes out and they go, oh my god, thank god we have Far Cry.
Oh no. It's just... It feels bad, and I hate shitting on shit like this. Like, we shit all over Cyberpunk, and like... I don't.
Hey, then I went back and beat Cyberpunk. If that happens with this game, I will literally eat a dick.
Yeah, and that was
human
one of the things.
Penis. I'll chop it off someone, poor guy, and eat it.
I think that's the thing is like having a good redemption story. And I know this is kind of different for Arcane to do different style of games. Like I understand wanting to step out of like your comfort zone and like, but when a AAA title like this fails, it hurts everybody. And I know I'm stealing that from Phil Whitaker, but I've said that before, and Phil Whitaker? What am I saying? What's his face? Who was the guy on the podcast?
Bill Harrington.
Harrington? Okay.
No, I have no idea.
It was Gary Whitaker. Wasn't it?
Gary Whitta. Oh, yeah. I didn't realize that.
Whitta. Yeah,
I thought it was the other guy. I was like, I don't know his name at all.
No.
Yeah, Gary Whitta. Shout out Rogue One. Shout out Book of Eli. Shout out, I think episode 1 or episode 4 of season 1 of Walking Dead.
He talked about it on the podcast.
Come on the podcast, Gary Whitta. We'll have you can be the first guest because it's a big deal.
God damn it.
I'll kick her off. I don't care.
I mean, honestly, that's fair. On the kind of funny games, I mean, that was such a good podcast and talking about everything. But yeah, I think that it hurts.
It's so rare. Actually, I do want to praise that podcast for a second because I don't listen to Kind of Funny. I just was never that big of a PlayStation guy, and Greg Miller is cool, but they've changed a bunch they've expanded a bunch. I didn't even know they had an Xbox show, so I'd never seen this show before. But every one of those guys, I don't remember their names, unfortunately, but all of them had fucking excellent questions to ask.
Yeah.
And they didn't know this was going to be the interview. They thought they were going to have a different time because they didn't know the game was going to be bad.
No.
And this bad.
They didn't know it was going to be this bad. And, like, for Phil Spencer to also get, like, kind of ahead of it and just, like, own it says a lot, too, about his 100%.
Character. It's why he feels like a nice guy, because he is.
Yeah. He's
like,
genuinely
not a nice
good
guy, but, he's, like, doing the right thing.
He doesn't feel like a CEO. He feels like a guy you could go get beers with and have a barbecue at,
Sure.
Like,
again, though, I would still do that with Bobby Kotick, for sure.
Oh, God, fuck you. Anyway.
Just the story I would get out of that? Are you shitting me? I would never... Anyone who's famous, I don't care.
You would just kill him.
Yeah, I'd go out. I'd go get a beer with Putin.
Just so you can have a Twitter.
Just so I can have my moment on the internet.
Yeah, that's fair,
I could TikTok with him or something. I'd be huge.
There you go. TikTok with Putin.
I'm the American he did a TikTok with.
TikTok with Putin. But yeah, no.
My name is TheRealPortz, and this is Vladimir Putin.
Jesus fucking Christ! But okay, but yeah.
Let's talk about the news.
Let's keep talking about the news. Yeah, I felt bad for that, and during that podcast, also Phil Spencer talks about how they're not focusing on consoles. Like that's obviously the people who pay, and like obviously the main target that they're still trying to go for is support the Xbox. But they also they're trying to definitely invest in other areas. Like the Game Pass has been very successful for them, and
absurdly,
yeah. And they talk about how they've conceded defeat to the console wars, and basically saying that they'll never be able to catch up. They'll never be able to compare to Sony or Nintendo.
Phil specifically said we lost the worst generation to lose, which was the digital.
One.
The digital sort of consoles, which was the Xbox One and the PS4.
Yeah.
And because he said that, it makes a ton of sense. It's kind of why people can't get off Steam.
Yeah.
Where you bought everything there. It's why people can't get off Apple's ecosystem, because all your stuff lives there.
Mm-hmm.
And what are you going to do? Give all of that up? For me, it's something like $15,000 on my Steam account.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
we can't. Yeah,
I'm never ever going to another platform ever. I'll buy a game if it's on sale and I'll forget about it.
Yeah.
All my shit's on Steam. So he's saying that they lost the worst generation to lose, because going forward, like, all your digital purchases you have forever now.
Yeah, and it's gonna be interesting to see how they continue to support like digital stuff that you've purchased.
Or Nintendo, you're just like, nah, all that shit in the past doesn't count. We're doing a new one.
But all your shit on
That's
the Wii,
basically what they did, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, Those
Yeah.
fuckers, man. Jesus
You know how
Christ.
many times I've bought? Everybody makes fun of buying Skyrim a lot, but you know how many times I've bought Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past? At least 3 different times. Besides
One on the
original
3DS,
game.
one on the
2
Switch,
different Wiis.
and then one on the NES
Switch.
or whatever.
2 different Wiis, Switch. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Yeah, I hate that Nintendo does that. They're the only ones I think that can continue to get away with it because they don't have very many games.
Yeah. And people are rabid for them.
Yeah. I think it's that dopamine hit and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You can
Well,
get
it's also
those straight
childhood.
dopamine. Yeah, nostalgia.
People might. Well, I don't know. Do you think people will ever be that way about Sony's first parties, like Kratos and like Uncharted? Like,
I think so.
I don't know. I mean, there's
think
some
so.
people like that now, but it just doesn't seem to hit the same fervor
No.
that Nintendo.
No, I don't think it. I don't know. I definitely bet you there will be people who be like, oh yeah, there's still like PlayStation 1 games that I think of fondly.
It actually might be the case that. So I think actually this is just a theory I have, but I think so. Nintendo, you all like, it's okay for kids to game. That was kind of the thing back in the day.
Yeah.
And so you can introduce the kids to this stuff. You can like live vicariously through showing them again, like what video games are. And then our next generation, this generation, and people that have kids that are growing up now,
right?
They're probably still playing games because it's way more accepted now. At least some of them.
Yeah.
And so maybe they're more likely to share like the Last of Us's and Uncharted's and stuff. So maybe that brand will just get stronger over time. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely possible, and like also wanting your kids to try it because like that was the thing for me when I was a kid. So my dad got me into games, and then it was kind of like reinforced by my grandma out of all the people.
Really?
Yes. So my dad's mom, I remember when she's the one who introduced me to Link to the Past, the Legend of Zelda that I'm obsessed with, that I still think about fondly, and I think about all the time. It is my game. And she's the one who like she introduced me into that. She got me into guides. She got me my first Game Informer and like all this other stuff. And like she was totally like, yeah, you could do this too. You could fucking play games. I play games. And she's like fucking 60 years old at the time. In fact, when I went to go visit her on her deathbed, she was watching her husband play Final Fantasy VII, the remake. Out of all the fucking things, they never gave up video games.
That's fucking amazing.
And I was like, God damn, you guys are like my fucking inspiration. I want to be
That's
your
like
age
the
and
first
playing
generation
video
to
games.
do that, dude. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
My grandpa still plays. They're moving
Fucking
him closer
warriors.
to my dad. Yeah, they're moving him closer to my dad, and I'm gonna try to go visit him and stuff like that, so I can hang out and play games with him.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Show him Elden Ring.
He'll fucking
Blow his
probably,
ancient nips off. You know what I'm saying?
He'll probably fucking throw a controller over that shit. But anyway, yeah. So Microsoft had a rough week this week, and it kind of continued to be a little weird. And of all the things to be linked for Bethesda was the ESRB rating for Starfield. Apparently it's going to get a teen rating. Because I don't know why this was like so important. Everybody was like having a meltdown, and they're like, oh my god, it's being published as an RPG? Oh my god! And then they were having a meltdown about it. It's like, it is supposed to be an RPG. Is it not? Like, am I missing something?
Yeah, of course it's an RPG.
And then, of course, it got all the fucking same flags that every Bethesda game gets.
Yeah.
Blood, violence, suggestive things, strong language, and drug use.
But T is a little weird for that. That is strange.
I think didn't, what's it called, get T?
What?
Fallout 3.
No. The bloody mess park? Are you kidding me?
Maybe it's getting an M. I don't know. This place reported as a T, but Australian is also classifying the violence as high impact and high drugs and stuff like that. So
Interesting.
they'll probably get super reprimanded in Australia because they can't handle drugs.
Well.
And they can't separate it from their video games. Honestly, fair.
I'd be shocked if it was T. It'd be interesting. Yeah, I'm not necessarily against a game being T.
Yeah. I'm okay with it. I don't give a fuck. MT,
Yeah.
who gives
Not
a
every
shit?
game has to be like the most shocking, gory thing ever.
Yeah.
I think it's
Like,
okay to have some more.
Some wholesomeness?
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. Because sometimes it's just not about that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, would No Man's Sky be any better if when I shot things they exploded into like blood, guts, and fucking intestines? No.
That'd be great, honestly.
Yeah. It's just like, what is the game going for? What's the tone of it? If the tone of it's not that mature, then fine. Yeah, I don't care. But if they're talking about, like, I don't know, super serious topics in the story, and then it's like, ooh, but no one bleeds at all when you shoot them, I'd be like, oh, that's weird. Why is the game so heavy? You know?
I mean, that's fair. I mean, I don't mind heavy games. I don't mind non-heavy games.
Yeah,
Sometimes
I don't think
not.
any game has to be one way or the other. Whatever their creative vision for it is good with me.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, the last thing I want to talk about is your people.
My
the
people.
RuneScape players.
Ah, yes. Yes. Of course. I was like, Oregonians?
That would be our people. I still.
I know. I was
consider
going to say,
myself-
what the fuck? You cut ties that quickly, you bitch?
No, no, no. I haven't started putting ranch on everything out here, so you know, it's all over for me once that happens.
Yeah.
I will have assimilated into being fully Midwestern as soon as I do that and start flipping everybody off, I think. So this is about two MMO players in the RuneScape lands, and they made a bet against each other over a 1 in 10,000 drop. And in order to get this drop, if I understand this correctly, it's a giant squirrel agility pet. And I have no idea what this means, but they had to get this pet by running 100 laps in the penguin agility course every day. Is that correct?
That is not the only way to get it, but I think it's the lowest chance.
It's the lowest chance.
Yeah.
Okay. So in order
You
to
can
get
technically
this
get it
special
from
pet-
almost anything that gives you agility, but it's like each action has its own drop rate for it.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. So if you want this little pet, you have to do this the course over and over and over again. 100 laps every day.
Mm-hmm.
Holy.
Yeah, so the drop rate for penguin is 1 in 9,700, it looks like.
Okay, that makes sense.
No. But if you did it at the Gnome Stronghold, for example, it's 1 in 35,000. So like people wouldn't do it there. You know. In general, though, people don't really go for this pet. Like a lot of people get it, I think, before they hit 99.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe that's not true. I think it is though.
That's fair. So the person, Tom, is the guy who was doing it, and he was talking about it in his post on Reddit and his habits and everything like that. And then somebody came along by the name of Tessa Holly, who replied to Tom's post saying, if you get it tomorrow, I will have my fiance pour hot coffee into my butthole.
Oh my god.
For verbatim. And this is
That's kind of fucked up to volunteer your fiance like that.
I know. That's fucking traumatizing. I don't think
I don't want to be. I'd rather be somebody who gets the liquid poured in than look at someone else's while I pour it in. You know what I mean?
their ass spread open.
I really just don't want to see that, particularly on a man.
I could never look at my significant other the same again. But yeah, so apparently Tom is due diligent. He posts every day of his his quest to get his special little squirrel pet. And apparently he did get it the very next day after 209 attempts doing this every fucking day. Needless to say, Tessa Holly went through with it, even posting a video for proof. And it is on their profile on Reddit if you guys want to go see.
Proof?
Oh, yeah. There's a video.
God. What website can you even post that on?
I don't know, but it's gone now, unfortunately, I think.
Of course it is.
I just went and clicked. The person deleted their profile.
Wow.
Probably because it blew up.
Yeah.
It fucking blew up. Yeah, they deleted it. Oh, I found the video. Oh, you're not allowed to do that. Damn it. It's gone.
Oh.
It's gone.
Damn.
It's been deleted. Been removed from the internet, and they've deleted their account. Godspeed. But good job, Tom. Congratulations on your giant squirrel pet and getting it after doing it for 209 days. Holy. I would lose my marbles.
I can't believe that it took them that long. That is, that's ridiculous.
I mean, like, fucking, you have to do 100 laps every single day? Like, I would lose my mind.
I technically have done that with rune crafting, basically. Because rune crafting and agility are basically the same thing, except for rune crafting, you're making money. But it's just one circle that you're running for both those skills.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I have some mad respect for the RuneScape community. When you were doing your Jag runs or whatever for your fire, Jad.
Yeah.
Chad runs. I thought his name for the longest time was Chad, CHA, and I was like, wow. You named a boss Chad. Okay, that would be funny as fuck. And also appropriate, you know?
He is kind of the first Chad you run into, yeah.
Yeah, he just beats your ass over and over and over again.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for the news this week. Nothing else too crazy other than Xbox getting their dick slammed in the door real hard. But, you know, not every day could be the best day.
No, and certainly someday will be, again, for Microsoft, but it's not going to be soon, probably.
I'm sure they're crying into all that Game Pass money. Like,
I know.
What's the worst thing that can happen? Although Phil Spencer did enlighten me to a game that he mentioned well on that podcast while he was chatting away that I
Pray
gotta
tell,
go
what
check out.
was this game?
It's called Ravenlock or Look or something like that. And it's it looks like Coraline.
Yeah.
It's like a low poly, weird Alice in Wonderland kind of looking Souls-like game. It looks cute. I'm probably going to check it out at some point.
It really looks like, Alice in Wonderland like ripoff.
Yeah. Well, if you want, we could talk about the sadness of Alice in Wonderland and how, what is his name? Alice Mandis Returns.
Oh, American McGee?
Yeah. So he recently, I didn't think it was newsworthy. Maybe it is. But he recently went to go fight for the rights or tried to get EA to make another Alice game and or try to get him to release the rights for him to make his own game, and they said no.
Damn.
Yeah, EA's kind of a cock motherfuckers. Just big sucking fuckers.
Weird. Why wouldn't they greenlight a project to do that? Like, they would still make money off of it? Like, you could just even rent the license. Rent it for one game. Be like, let's see how you do, kid. And then,
like, bye.
Yeah, take some money for nothing.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, they can definitely make money off of that game. I think that game has, like, a cult enough following that it would...
yeah, because, like, people are savvy enough now, in my opinion, that I think back in the day, companies didn't want to take risks like that with their licenses because they're like, what if they ruin the brand forever?
Right.
Look at the state of the brands last forever because people are infinitely willing to give chances.
Yeah.
to things.
Yeah.
Especially if a variable changed. Like they're like, oh, it's a new director. They'll probably figure it out. Or it's a new studio doing this game. Maybe they'll make a good one. So I think there's no harm in just give that license out, motherfuckers.
Yeah. Just
Look
let
at
them
Warhammer.
do it.
They'll all buy all of them.
Ooh. It's true. There's people who are just buy a Warhammer game because it says Warhammer.
Yeah, dude.
That's my roommate. He'll be playing a game, and I'll be like, "How is it?" He's like, "It's ass," and I'm like, "Why are you still playing it?" He's like,
"That's
I
like
don't know.
when I watch Star Wars shows. I'm like, I did this to myself, and they're like, "You can stop." I'm like, "I really can't. Thank you. Mind your fucking business." I'll suffer silently over here.
Oh God. Oh man. All right.
Yeah.
That's it for the news.
The state of media. We're sorry to end on a sad note.
Yeah, sorry. This week, there was nothing happy. I really looked. I kept
Hey, the coffee down the asshole thing was pretty cool. It put a smile on my face.
It put a smile on my face. When we fought about it in DMs,
There's probably
like,
a burn scar
laughing.
that looks like a smiley face in his ass too.
Oh, probably. Jesus Christ. His asshole's never going to be the same again. He's going to poop. Oh, man. If putting coffee up your ass, like drinking coffee makes you poop, what would putting coffee up your ass do?
Maybe you never poop again. Who knows? It could be an opposite thing.
You poop out your mouth like fucking Randy from South Park?
Yes.
All right. Don't forget to follow us on Twitch and Twitter at Evil Space Money and TheRealPortz, and ignore Backlog on Twitter. And you can give us your informations and yell at us. I don't know.
Ask a question.
Questions.
You could.
Comments. Concerns. Recommendations.
If we'd said something dumb.
Yeah, we do say dumb
we'd
things
take that for sure.
I try to do correction corner when I can, if I remember. Sometimes I forget.
Sure.
It happens.
We don't really. That hasn't been a thing, has it?
I think I've corrected myself like once or twice.
Oh, I see. It's like a silent thing you're doing in the background. Put yourself in correction corner.
Yeah, I put myself
after
in
the
correction
podcast.
corner.
You're like, I'm going to sit here and think about what I did.
It's true. I do think about what I did.
I said Fallout 3 was a T game. God damn it.
Oh, fuck! Amateur hour! Anyway. Good night, everyone.
Goodbye forever.
Wow.